Hey everybody, welcome to the B-Side Review. If you're new here, gotta see the chat too. Hey guys, first let me know if you guys can hear me. Is everything good? Does it sound good? Am I even live? Let me know, because I don't know. You guys tell me. Can you hear me? Is anybody even in here? That's what I should be asking myself. Hello. Hey guys. Hello. I feel like I should just start talking, but I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna start talking, and hopefully, you guys can hear me. And if you can't, then hopefully you'll let me know. All right, so if you're new here, this show is the B-Side Review. So every Thursday, I get on here at 8 o'clock and I go over usually two shows. For the running time right now, I've been watching Married at First Sight. And Married at First Sight is just one of those shows, like, there's always something to say about it because you really. Okay, thank you guys. Something. It's a show that, I mean, you just can't not be entertained by. Like, it's Married at First Sight. First of all, the idea that people would get married at first sight, how is that not even entertaining in itself? But anyway, so I come on here, I talk about Married at First Sight. And then today I'm going to introduce 90 Day Fiancé, because when 90 Day Fiancé gets popping again, because it's about to come back like next week, I'm sure 90 Day Fiancé will be in the rotation heavily, like Married at First Sight. Sprinkled in with other shows, but this is where we are. So today we're talking about Married at First Sight starting off. So I've been talking about Married at First Sight for the last couple of weeks. One of the couples isn't even on the show anymore. They are officially like gone, done. Like it's only 4 couples now. So since they're gone, we're just gonna get into the remaining couples. I'm gonna give you a little update on what's going on with them and tell you how they're doing. All right. So our first couple, hey Brianna and Vincent. I have to act like that every time I see them because they like really my favorite couple. Brianna and Vincent, they're still doing good. The issues that they had before was Brianna's concerns about having children, and Vincent really wants kids. Brianna has high blood pressure, and she just has a deep fear of giving birth. Understandable. I mean, I've gave birth. I too have my own deep fears of giving birth, but hers are a little deeper because she's older, not older like in age, but I mean, if I was her age and I ain't had kids by now, I probably would be like, "Woo, that seemed like a lot." And her health issues, but Vincent is like, "No, baby, like we gotta have kids. Like I want at least 4 or 5 kids. I don't even want to leave this earth without kids." So in this episode, they went on this cute date where they were supposed to be introducing each other to their past, getting to know about each other from way back when. So she took him to a dance class and she told him that, she used to dance. They had a very like intimate moment where she shared with him that her whole life, like she really grew up feeling with low self esteem and feeling not confident because she was dark skinned. And when I seen that, it really resonated with me because I too grew up my whole life feeling less than or not as pretty because I was dark skinned. Because I mean, in society they just tell you that dark skinned women ain't it. I mean, now they tell you that we it, but back in the day they was really trying to act like we wasn't it. So I feel like it's interesting that most little dark skinned girls grow up with complexes about being dark skinned, and then it take us to be adults to realize we bad bitches. And I feel like that's not fair. But she was telling him that she used dance to like build her confidence because that was something that she was insecure about. And I just thought that was like, a vulnerable moment for her to have him. And I also thought that was interesting that she too also had that experience because I could very much relate to feeling like that. But look at her. She's beautiful. Okay. Another little issue that they had was Bree likes to get up and like she like structure and to get the day started and get it done. Apparently Vincent be sleeping in a lot. She said that she don't really like that. He feel like she think he lazy. He feel like he tired. She just feel like he not maximizing his time. I don't know. I ain't never really cared about what time my partner like got up. Like I don't feel like our lives had to like coexist at the same time. I mean, he be at work all day. Maybe he's tired. Like, why can't he just sleep in? As long if y'all not got plans, I really didn't understand that. But I know some people be like really, I don't know. I feel like that's one of those quirks. Like I hate when people not on time, and I don't know why, because that really don't got nothing to do with me. But it still bothers me when people not on time. So maybe that's just one of her things. All right. But they're still doing great, and I still think that they're going to make it past the 90 days. All right, so moving on, we have Clara and Ryan. Yeah, you thought that was excessive? Yeah, he already feels like she's slightly controlling, so I do see that being maybe an issue for them later. Okay, moving on to Clara and Ryan. So Claire and Ryan, if you haven't been keeping up, their major issue is Ryan won't have sex with Clara. He claims that he wants a connection. He claims that he's been with women for years and not had sex with them. He feels like sex is something that has to be this deep romantic connection, even though they're married. But, and I would give Ryan that if Ryan wasn't doing everything but having sex with Clara. So that's really where I get frustrated. On this episode, they went to visit Clara's parents. Ryan expressed his concerns about their kids growing up in a church. Ryan is also very religious. He uses the religious thing to back up his why he has to have such a connection. It's weird because they try to pretend like everything is great, like everything is fine, but they're both being frustrated. Claire's frustrated. I really don't know if Ryan's gay. I kind of feel like, I don't know. I don't think he's gay. I just feel like maybe he's just not attracted to Claire like that. But I feel like he tried to act like he is. So I'm just confused. But today, on yesterday's episode, he said something that was very peculiar to me. He said his other issue is he's never told anybody he loved them before. So Clara's waiting for him to tell her she loves him. And he said, when they went to meet with the experts, he said he didn't want to say, I love you. Because if you say, I love you too much, it loses its meaning. Ryan, what? You tell your mama, I'm sure you tell your mama you love her every day. And it does not mean, it don't take away how much you love her each time you say it. So I feel like that was a dumb cop out to say to Claire. I don't want to say I love you because if I say it too much, then it loses its meaning. Sir, you sound ridiculous. That don't even make sense. If you don't love her, just say that. But don't be saying, I don't want to say I love you so much because then it's not going to mean as much, because that sounds stupid, Ryan. Because everybody tell everybody that they love them all the time. And if I tell you I love you tomorrow, it's still the same impact as I did the next day and the day after that. I know, isn't it giving unresolved trauma? It is. Because even the expert was like, I tell my kids that I love them every day. It doesn't diminish the I love you. Ryan, I really wish we can get to the bottom of whatever it is, because I feel like there are some deeper issues going on. And Clara, I know this is rough for you, girl, but decision day is in a week. And you gonna have to decide if you gonna be married to somebody and you ain't even never slept with them. And Clara, on the other hand, is the complete opposite of Ryan. She loved sex previously to this. She wanted it. She was ready to jump my nigga bones on the first night. But then she also said that in her interview, she did say, like when she was talking about what she wanted, she did say that maybe she wanted to get to know somebody before jumping into sex like she usually do. But I don't think this is what she meant. She didn't mean it like that. What she meant was she didn't want to just keep going out to have sex with different people. But I don't think she meant like when I got married, I didn't want to have sex with my husband. That's not what I thought she was. That's what I think she wasn't into. But whatever. As far as them staying together, I think they're going to stay together because I feel like neither one of them will admit that they have issues. That the intimacy thing is as big as an issue as it is. So I just don't see it. I just don't see them. I see them staying together, but that's it. No, close my door, please. Thank you.
I thought that you did.
I did not. Well, I didn't. Okay. Moving on from there, we have Virginia and Eric. Virginia and Eric, they have an age difference, and honestly, when it comes to this relationship, I'm coming to the conclusion that they don't want the same things. Virginia still wants to like party and kick it with her friends. Like, she has made it very clear that, you know, she cool with Eric or whatever, but she still want to kick it. Eric is a pilot and he like wants to be settled down when he's not traveling. He want to be in the house with his wife doing things. Virginia still want to make plans with her friends every weekend, even her guy friends, which is fine. But like she's telling Eric like, yeah, sometimes I spend the night over my guy's friend's house and we sleep on the couch. And I mean, yeah, it's probably cool, but it's like you married. I mean, I don't know if my husband would have been okay with me spending the night over my guy's friend's house after nights of drinking if I was married. That just doesn't seem like the married thing to do. And she's like, well, I feel like you're trying to put all these traditional standards and we can make our marriage whatever we want, which is true. I do believe people can make their marriages whatever they want. We see that. Everybody's relationships operate different. But like, I just feel like there are some general things that y'all have to respect each other though. And clearly he don't like that. And she not trying to compromise on that either. So I don't know. Do y'all think it's okay for her to still want to spend the night over her male friends' houses, even though she married after a drunk night, even though her husband not okay with that? The other thing is, even when he's gone, he still wants her to be at home. Now, I disagree with that. I feel like if you're not there, I feel like she could live her life. Yeah, that is true. It is because they didn't have a relationship before the marriage that they on different pages, and they don't want to compromise. And then the thing is, when they do have their talks, they do what a lot of couples do is they try to act like the issue is resolved by sweeping it under the rug. But really, the issue just always come back and circle back. That's why it's important for you to just really like tackle the issues head on in the beginning, and then you won't have to worry about things like this coming up again. They're never going to get past this because Virginia does not want to give up her lifestyle and Eric is not okay with it. So they're going to keep having this same argument and neither one of them want to compromise. Yeah. So I don't know about them. I think they may stay together. I don't know. They may stay together past the 8 weeks, but they might not make it to the overall, past. I don't see it. Another thing is Virginia wanted Eric to make an effort to spend time with her family. So she feels like she's been like reaching out to his family, trying to get to know them. And she feels like he hasn't been doing the same. So my question to y'all is it important to y'all is it important for your significant other to be connected to your family, or does that not really matter to you? I feel like this situation is kind of different because obviously they just met, so everybody just met. But if you were married to somebody, would you want them to make an effort to reach out to your family? Yeah, right. I'm with you, Shay. When I was married, I feel like I was pretty cool. I was pretty cool with my ex husband's family, and I'm a family oriented person, so I just feel like I like being close knit. So it's okay for me. I like having a relationship with my significant other's family. Okay. Yeah, at least the immediate family for sure. All right. So last, because Paige and Chris are out, Jacob and Haley. Now you guys, Jacob and Haley are so funny because like it's just like everything about their relationship is awkward. Like I'm sorry, it's not Corona, I swear. Everything about Haley hates the way he dresses, and it's like it's terrible though, for real. So everywhere they go, she embarrassed y'all. But for real though, they went. to like a batting cage, and he wore dress shoes. Who wore dress shoes to the batting cage? Talking about he not really a tennis shoes kind of guy. Showing her pictures when he's in this golf tournament wearing sandals. He be wearing like those 70s jean shorts. And she just be asking him like, why do you dress like that? And he just be like, what? Like, and he's just real goofy. Like, they don't mesh at all. Like, he's older and he really is like corny dad. Like, he just like, she's not attracted and he doesn't make it even more attractive because he's just so, what is the word that I'm looking for? He's just odd. This is the same man who only eats steak. Before they got married, he only ate steak and eggs. Like, that's all he ate every day, is steak and eggs. Like, what? He's like a psycho killer. But anyway, they had a situation where they were talking about their wedding day. So on the wedding day, the couples buy their spouse that they've never seen a gift for the wedding, and then they get the person gets the gift. The person will get the gift before the actual wedding ceremony. So apparently he got bodies under the floor. Apparently Jacob gift to Haley was a bracelet, a $800 bracelet, he says. So apparently he's never seen her wear the bracelet. And apparently on the wedding day, she thought that the bracelet was a necklace and she didn't wear it because it didn't go with her dress. She gave the bracelet to her mother. Her mother lives out of state. Her mother took the bracelet back with her on accident. Jacob won't let it go because he's like, it proves to me that the bracelet meant nothing to you. We've been here for weeks. You haven't even requested the bracelet. And Jacob, and Haley, like, well, to be honest, we haven't even been in a good space for a while. So it's just like, I haven't even been thinking about the bracelet because I just been thinking about like how much I don't like you, basically, is what she was saying. Like, I haven't thought about nothing sentimental because I don't like you. So, and then he keeps bringing it up, talking about because it was $800. Because it was $800. She's like, okay. She called her mom, like, Mom, you need this. Can you send me the bracelet? Because he kept bringing it up once again. And then she got him a baseball cap with some sports team on it. I don't know what the sentiment was. So then she's like, well, I never seen your gift either. He like $20 baseball cap, $800 bracelet. She's like, well, it's the principal. And I'm like, yeah, they're not going to make it. They going on vacation. The couples are going on vacation next week for the last week before the thing. It looked like on the honeymoon, on the vacation, they tried. But to be honest, it's slow. They ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you. All right. So, in honor of, Paige and them being gone and the season kind of wrapping up, I wanted to give you guys some Married at First Sight fun facts that you may have not known about the show. Because obviously, all we know is the couples get married at first sight. But do y'all know the logistics, some of the logistics and just rules about the show? So these are just, I got like 6 little quick tips. So the first fun fact about this is about Married at First Sight is prenups are required. Everyone has to sign one. Everyone. You don't even have the option, which makes sense because you about to marry a stranger. Why the hell would you not want to sign a prenup? So there you go. The other thing is that the production team will assist with paying for your attorney fees. So if you do not, because let me remind you, these are legally binding marriages. Like once they walk down the aisle, they sign real marriage certificates. They are legally married. So production has a budget put aside to pay for their attorney fees when or if they decide to get a divorce. Only after the 8 weeks. If you get divorced past the 8 weeks, you on your own with the attorney fees. The show's producer met his wife on a blind date, and because of his experience, he believes in love at first sight, which is why he created the show Love at First Sight. I thought that was so cute. Look at him knowing that he loved his wife on the first date. So I've always wondered this too, because I feel like this show has been on for 12 seasons and they never had any same-sex couples. And I was like, well, what's up with that? You know, it's 2021. They say the reason they've never had a same-sex couple is because of the way they do the casting structure. So before all of this starts, you know, you got to fill out the application. Then they go through all these intense rounds of like interviewing, surveys, mental health screens, credit backgrounds. They meet with all kind of different experts. But when this takes place, they separate the men from the women. So far, while the way the show is structured, the women can only be mingle with the women, and the men can only mingle with the men. And they haven't found a way to make it so that the same sex people won't interact during the initial process. So I thought that was interesting, but they did say that they were working on that, and I feel like they can. I feel like there's a solution to that problem. I don't know like their exact structure, but I'm sure that they can find a way to make that happen. Maybe next season, because you know they be trying to do different stuff every season anyway. The next fun fact is that the very first season ended with over 17,000 applications. That was the season before Married at First Sight even came out. Before people even seen the show, 17,000 people applied. That's a lot of people to apply to get married at first sight. Now, this other little tidbit is that reports claim that participants make $15,000 for their first season and up to $25,000 by their third season. So, you know, Married at First Sight has a spinoff. So, you got Married at First Sight, and then you got Married at First Sight Happily Ever After for those people who have made it. And now they got Married at First Sight Couples Cam. So, apparently, the longer you stay on, you actually get paid for this, which I did not know that. But they said that they don't advertise that you get paid because they don't want people signing up for the show to get paid, which makes sense. So I thought that those were some interesting, fun facts about Married at First Sight. And if you want to see more Married at First Sight, then you can watch them on Lifetime on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. Just to let you know, the shows are 2 hours long. So it's from 8 to 10. You know, I usually try to break it up. But still a good show. All right, so now we're going to move on from Married at First Sight, and we're going to go into 90 Day Fiancé. Y'all, 90 Day Fiancé is one of those shows where when it first came out, I'm like, this sounds crazy. Oh, can I watch Temptation Island? Sure. I sure can. Okay, so 90 Day Fiancé is one of those shows that when I first seen, I'm like, what the heck? Like, what do you mean people are coming up with, like, y'all just... 90 Day Fiancé make me really realize that people, like, are really willing to do anything for love. Like, that's what I feel like. Like, people will do some wild shit for love. Is what I get from 90 Day Fiancé, okay? So, there's 90 Day Fiancé. There's 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. Y'all, it's like 10 90 Day Fiancé spinoffs, and I ain't even gonna lie, on Disney Plus they even got some more spinoffs that don't even come on TLC, and I'm actually considering paying the $3.99 or the $4.99 for the Discovery app so that I can watch it. So yeah, that's how much I like be thoroughly entertained by 90 Day Fiancé. But the new season that's coming up on TV on April 25th features these next 5 couples that I'm going to go over with you. I'm going to tell you a little bit of background about each of the couples, and then maybe when they premiere on April 25th, you will be tuned in. I had a trailer for you guys, but it wouldn't play the sound. I didn't have time to figure it out before here, so If you would like to see the trailer, you could just Google it or YouTube it or something. But it's pretty juicy. All right. So our first couple is Mike and Natalie. So, y'all, Mike and Natalie was actually on the most recent episode of 90 Day Fiancé, the most recent season of 90 Day Fiancé. Mike is 35. Natalie is 36. Mike lives in Washington. Natalie is from the Ukraine. Like I said, that they were just on this most recent season of 90 Day Fiancé. So on the day of their wedding, Mike called off their wedding 2 hours before the ceremony and 3 days before Natalie's visa was about to expire during COVID, where she couldn't travel back to the Ukraine. Okay? 2 hours before the wedding. One scene, they getting ready. They talking about they can't wait to meet each other, get married each other the next day. The next scene, she in the car crying, frantic, trying to figure out what she gonna do. She can't go back to the Ukraine because coronavirus. He talking about he got cold feet. What happened? Anyway, he did end up having a change of heart. Only a couple hours before Natalie's visa was about to expire. Just so that she could stay in the U.S. legally without having to return to the Ukraine. Because obviously the pandemic. A couple hours before he made up his mind a couple hours before her visa was about to expire. But here they are. Married and on happily ever after. Or are they? Because clearly they're not happy. Because in this season, we're going to see that they're going to be trying to settle into their married life. But Natalie just feels like she doesn't even know if he's really committed to her, which I wouldn't feel like he was committed to me either if you broke up with me 2 hours before our wedding. And now I know you really only had a change of heart because I really had nowhere to go. I couldn't, and you would feel like an asshole if I was just literally stuck in America for no reason. Yeah, right? So, girl, she tried to go to a hotel room and use his credit card. They wouldn't let her because I guess she didn't realize you can't just be using people's credit card without IDs and stuff and them not being there. Yeah, I feel so bad for her. Like, when she was trying to run away from him after he called off the wedding, but there was literally nowhere for her to go. Also, his mom isn't really digging her. So, during this season, Natalie also thinks that his mom is conspiring to try to break them up and turn Mike against her. So I just watched their reunion special and there was tension on the reunion special. So I'm very interested to see what goes down on this season because I feel like they still have plenty of minty unresolved issues. So that's Mike and Natalie. So this is Julia and Brandon. Julia is 27. Brandon is 28. Julia is also from the Ukraine. Brandon and Julia live on a farm in Virginia with Brandon's parents. Brandon has lived on this farm his whole life. He works, but he don't pay no bills. He just help around the farm. Julia came here. I don't know what kind of life she thought she was getting, but she didn't know that she too was going to have to work on the farm and contribute because that's how they do it around here. And Julia is like, oh, hell no. I did not come here to work on nobody's farm. And also, Brandon's parents are kind of controlling. Like, they're grown, but they definitely giving them rules like, well, y'all in my house, so y'all got to do what we say. Which, I mean, they are in their house. However, I do feel like his mom is a little overbearing for them to be as old as they are and married. Julia this season would like them to immediately move off the farm. Brandon is hesitant because he feels like he won't be able to financially support them. They would have a better life living on the farm. But Brandon, you got a wife, you got married, so You gonna have to figure it out, boo boo, because y'all can't live with y'all parents forever. She gonna go back to her country if you keep playing. So y'all gonna have to figure it out. So I'm interested to see how this plays out on their season, because they too were on the last season of 90 Day Fiancé, and I did recently just watch their reunion special, and Julia was basically just like, she fed up, like she don't want to deal with that no more, and I feel her because I won't want to deal with that either. All right, next we got Yara, Jovi, and Yara. So Jovi is 30. Yara is 26. Yara is also from the Ukraine. Yara and Jovi just had a baby. They were also on the latest season of 90 Day Fiancé, and they just had a beautiful baby girl. The problem is, though, even before they had their baby, Jovi and Yara had issues with Jovi always being gone. Jovi is some kind of sales rep. So not only he travels for work, but he don't just travel for work. He be gone for like months. So Yara over here, no family, no friends. She was already complaining about how she hated being here by herself. And then now they just had a baby. So now this season, Yara's upset not only that she's stuck at home, but that also she's stuck at home with the baby, and that Jovi constantly travels from work for months. But Jovi thinks that Yara is being really controlling with the baby when it comes to the baby. So they have two different issues going on right now. And Yara is going to be spending this season doubting her decision to move here and trying to figure out if she could just go back to the Ukraine, which is obviously which is harder now because she has a baby. So now it's like, do I take my baby back to the Ukraine? Do we stay here? If I go back to the Ukraine, is he gonna, like, how active as a father he gonna be? I'm curious to see how that play out. Yeah, that do got to be tough, right? Okay. So, y'all, Angela and Michael. First of all, I just want to say Angela cracks me up, okay? If you have to watch the show, because she is just really wild and off the hook. Angela is 54 years old, and Michael is 32. Michael is Nigerian. Before they even got married, Michael's family was like, we do not want you to marry her. We absolutely do not approve of this. We don't want it. One, she was white. Two, she was older. And three, yeah, they still together. Yep. And three, he wanted kids. They wanted him to have kids. And obviously, I just told you guys, Angela was 54 with 5 grandchildren and grown kids. So she was not having no more kids. Michael's visa did not get approved. And Angela went over there to Nigeria and married him anyway. Angela had to come back to America because Angela's mother died. But when Angela came back to America, coronavirus happened, borders closed. She can't go back to Nigeria no time soon. So her and Michael exploring a long distance marriage. But you could tell that is some drama, because in the previews we see Angela talking about she need to put a tracker on Michael's phone because he acting funny, he acting suspect. You see Michael talking to his friends like, she always accusing me of stuff, I ain't even doing nothing. But then also apparently this season Michael is talking about how he want to have kids, and I just told y'all that Angela cannot have kids. But also Angela is also deciding if she want to have a weight loss surgery. So they funny, y'all. Like, they whole relationship, the way they talk to each other, like, at first, it took me a long time to even decide if I thought Michael actually liked Angela or if he was really just trying to use her for the green card. But once his visa got denied and he still wanted to marry her, I'm like, I guess he really liked her then. I don't really know. But they still kicking it. They still hanging in there, so we'll see. All right. Ooh, y'all. Ooh, y'all. Kalani and Asuela. Oh my God. He did. He did. Y'all, Asuela and Kalani. Yeah, remember she brought him all that Trump gear to Africa? That was so silly. Like, what was that even about? All right. Moving on to Asuela and Kalani. Y'all, last season, Asuela's mom and sister tried to jump Kalani. Like, what the hell? That should tell you, for starters. So Kalani is 32. Asuelo is 25. Asuelo is Samoan. And Kalani met him while she was on vacation. He worked at the resort that she was staying at. And she got pregnant while they were on vacation. So then she decided to bring him back to America with her. And honestly, dating him is like a child. Like, yeah, he is the one that worked at the Froyo. Yes, because he's childish. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I can't even see what she sees in him. Like, the conversation is not there. He doesn't contribute, and he got the nerve to be working at the Froyo place, but sending his family money back home to take care of his mama and his sister. Y'all ain't even taking care of over here in America, and you sending money to your sister. That would really piss me off. Like, I'm not sending money. I'm over here struggling, and I'm supposed to send your sister, and I'm supposed to send your money back for your sister and your mom so they cannot work. Y'all, Kalani went to the country, and she went to tell the mom that she would not be sending any more money. She's like, I have a family. The mother said, and I quote, Asuelo's mother said, I don't care about them kids. We need more money. Those are her grandkids. She literally said, I don't care about them kids. That's not my problem. Y'all need to be sending more money. They stopped. Like, what? Are you serious? Anyway, this season, apparently there's going to be another explosive scene between the mom and the sister. The mom at this point just wants them to get It's weird because in the clip, she's asking them to have a third baby. And then Kalani says she doesn't want to have a third baby because, just to let y'all know, she got pregnant on that vacation, came to America, and then they had another baby a year later. She literally had one kid in 2018 and one kid in 2019. And I guess they was discussing having another one. His mom wants her to have another one for one reason or another. I don't know. That was just in the preview. And she said no. And then they wanted to fight her about that. Like, I don't understand the aggression. But honestly, I just feel like she needs to let Asuelo go. And she even said in the clip that she feels like her and Asuelo are more like roommates than husband and wife. But also what I thought was weird was they already both acknowledged that they're not in a good place. Yet they're looking to buy a house because they think, Asuelo thinks them moving away from Kalani's family is going to make their relationship better. I really don't think that's the problem. I really just feel like, Kalani's like, damn, I'm tired of taking care of this nigga and these 3 kids. Like, what am I getting out of this? I just feel like she fed up. And I will be too. So good luck, Kalani. We gonna see what happened this season, girl. But you a better one. You a better one than me. All right. So now we have Andre and Elizabeth. So Elizabeth and Andres have been married for 3 years now. Elizabeth comes from money, okay? She has a big family. Her dad has money. She was one of those spoiled girls who was always taken care of. They live in Tampa, Florida. Her husband is from Moldova. When he came over here, first he couldn't work because he didn't have a work visa. Then he couldn't work because he wasn't interested in the positions that he was trying out. Then he wanted to be a stay-at-home dad when they had their daughter. Basically, he ain't never trying to work. The rest of the family looking like, hello, like, you're not about to keep living off my daddy's money. The daddy paid for the whole wedding. The daddy paid for them a condo. Anytime they need money, they call daddy. Daddy's throwing out the bills, which would be fine if Elizabeth wasn't married and Andreas was actually trying to contribute, but he's not. So apparently the rest of the family is fed up because they're like, do something and stop trying to take all of our dad's money. So in this season, we gonna see the whole family, like, they go on a vacation. Everybody's annoyed with him at this point. Nobody in the family even likes him. And then you're gonna see, like, Elizabeth and her sister actually get into a physical altercation because she's like, why is everybody hating on my husband? Why is everybody coming for my husband? And they're like, because your husband doesn't do anything. Then they start throwing drinks and shit. I can't wait to see how it play out. But yeah, I would be mad too if, like, my sister had a husband and, like, my sister's working and he came over here to literally do nothing, and then my daddy's funding their lifestyle. Because shit, what if I need a cut? I can't even get a cut because you always getting a cut. You messing up the family flow. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, and then the other thing about Andre is he don't even got a nice personality. Like, how you gonna be broke and a dick? Like, you can't be both. Like, you gonna be an asshole and broke. Like, of course nobody gonna like you. Like, you have to. Come on. She couldn't tell that before she brought him there, though. Right, though? No, she was really into him. Like, that was her bae. That's still her bae, but I could tell now he be getting on. I could tell he definitely get on her nerves. So, like, I could tell she be looking at this nigga like, ugh. But here they are. So yeah, right. Pick a struggle, right? All right. So lastly, we got Tiffany and Ronald. Okay, so Tiffany and Ronald currently are living in two separate places. Ronald is from South Africa. Tiffany is financially supporting both of them. She's tired, once again, she is tired of carrying the financial burden on their relationship. Ronald thinks that Tiffany is spending her money on herself and not on the mutual benefit of their relationship. Excuse me, Ronald. The fact that Tiffany is the only one spending her money is a problem in the first place. And how you gonna tell Tiffany how Tiffany should be spending her money if you ain't spending no money, Ronald? You don't get to say what's for the mutual benefit of the relationship. She's taking care of everything. The relationship, you, the baby. Also, it's looking like Ronald's visa may get denied, so they may be forced to move to South Africa. Now, I think they were on 90 days the other way around. And on the other way around, 90 Day Fiancé, the Americans actually go give up their life in America and go to the country that their spouse is in. So I deliberately remember when she was pregnant with their child and she went to South Africa, he was trying to move her into an apartment. It didn't have any running water. The toilets were like one of those manual systems. I remember her mom didn't even want her to have the baby in South Africa just based off the environment, the part that they were at and the environment that he was living in. Yeah, they have a kid too. So it would be very unfortunate because Tiffany does not want to stay in South Africa. She lives in Maryland. She was trying to bring Ronald back with her. So if his visa is declined, then he's gonna have to stay in South Africa. You think she's gonna be paying for him to stay in South Africa and her to live in America? That just sounds ridiculous. So I don't really know what's gonna happen with them. I don't really like Ronald's attitude. Just the way he talked to her. He did kinda. Did he have a job in kinda? But I just think it wasn't enough. I mean, I don't know what kind of job it was, but yeah. She's always complained about basically being the one that's financially like taking care of them. And you know that get old real quick. So I've never seen the show, but how is Rhino talking to her? Oh, right now they live together. They met online, and then when they met up, she went to South Africa to stay with them. But yeah, Tiffany and Rhino, is he showing her respect? Nope. He's not. They argue a lot. He takes advantage of her. From what I can see. So for Tiffany and Ronald, I don't know if this is going to be a good season for them. Interested. I'm interested to see what happens. But every week I will be coming back and giving you guys an update on what's going on with all the couples that I discussed, as well as Married at First Sight. So if you have any shows that you want, if you guys have any other shows that y'all want to know, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. I know Shay told me she wanted me to do Temptation Island. Um, I was also thinking about some anime. So yeah, y'all just let me know what y'all interested in, and I'll do the review. I'll be back next week and every week. Oh yeah, also check out our next stream, which will be on Sunday at 8, um, which is where I do the group show with Shay and Shani. And yeah. Oh, no problem. Make sure you join us for the next one next week on Thursday at 8. Also, the one on Sunday, too. I'm telling you, the one on Sunday is going to be good. All right. Bye, guys.